Happy Easter, gentlemen.
Happy Easter, viewers.
You guys are looking mighty fine. Do you feel real pretty?
I feel hot.
Hot. H-A-W-T?
Yeah, I'm
H-O-T.
warm.
You're warm? Well, maybe your mom will let you take your tie off after she gets plenty of Easter pictures.
Not gonna be for a while.
All right. Jace, how are you today?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Bryce?
I'm good.
Why don't you give us a rundown, Bryce? You can start on the week. Tell us about the trip to the Creation Museum.
I took the teens to the Creation Museum. Yeah.
Except for those
Yeah.
three.
How many got to go?
It was mostly the girls' class, and then Jace.
So the girls' class.
Yeah, go Jays.
It was about, I think we had about
We had 13 teens.
13 teens and then like 19 people total.
Was there any visitors?
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
visitors, just the people who usually come.
And was there anything memorable about, anything jump out to you at the Creation Museum that you thought that was interesting?
There was some different they had a bunch of like plaques, like marble plaques that just had they went from different people in the Bible and just described them and just kind of
Like that one?
yeah.
Was the fudge good?
Have you
I didn't
boys,
Try to fudge the ice cream.
have you guys been to the Creation Museum?
I've been to
I've-
the ARC thing.
I've been once, but I didn't get to go inside.
I don't remember being there, but I think I've been there before.
I went to the ARC thing.
You've been to the Ark.
I've been to the Ark like 4 times.
The ARC is cool.
All right, so if you had to pick, would you rather go to the Creation Museum or the Ark?
I've been to the Creation Museum before.
I'd say probably the Ark.
You're an Ark man? Okay.
I like boats.
And
The Ark's fun.
you guys had prom yesterday. Did you pet a shark?
Yes.
I was the shark.
Yeah, I got my entire sleeve
In a
wet trying to
suit.
do it,
Yeah,
but I
it
did
bit my finger off too.
Oh.
You got your
It's
sleeve
gone.
wet petting the shark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
See?
pet the stingrays?
Yeah, and I caught a shrimp, and the lady yelled at me.
Oh.
Did you eat it?
Did you walk across the shark bridge?
Yes, I did.
And
Did you grab
did
a
you enjoy
penguin?
yourself?
Yeah, I had fun.
Okay.
Were there penguins?
Yeah, it's cool.
They were sleeping.
The penguins were sleeping?
Did you sneak up
Penguins are not party animals, it sounds like,
If you look
boys.
through the glass, you could see him.
I want to punch a penguin.
All right. Are we turning our Bibles to Proverbs Chapter 5?
I'm there.
You're there?
Oh, and you didn't ask Cruz how his weekend was.
I'm not going to ask Cruz.
Wow.
We have an interloper. Can we help you with something, or do you need Angie? Okay, you're getting.
You're famous now.
Vicky is here. She's grabbing pictures for the website, so you could turn around and look at her. We'll pretend like. No, leave your headphones on. That way she knows what's going on.
Get the donut out of your mouth.
We're not being ridiculous. This needs to go on the website, Cruz. Act like we enjoy ourselves.
That's right.
Act like you enjoy yourself.
Even if you don't.
Perfect.
Everybody say thank you, Miss Vicki.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Come on, you guys take it again.
You should Photoshop her in.
You want to know the best part of this, Vicky? You don't even realize it. You're on the podcast.
I know. Hello, everybody.
You should wave at them at least. Miss Victoria says hello. There you go. All right, Proverbs 5. Kenny said he was there first, so you get to start us off, Kenny.
First three.
Yep. First 3 verses of Proverbs chapter number 5, and let's do it.
My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Cruz.
Me? Okay. But her end is bitter as wormwood and sharp as. What is that word?
That's two-edged sword.
Just put it on.
Two-edged-
Wormwood or
I thought it said twoged, but two-edged sword.
Twelve.
Her feet go down to the depth. Her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, and thou canst know them.
Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy ears unto the cruel
lest the strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. And thou mourn at the last when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. And nay, how I have hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof.
And have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thy own cistern, and running waters out of thy own well.
Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of water in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth.
Let her be as the loving hind and as pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy 3 at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings.
Oh, this is me. His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instruction, and in the generation of his folly shall go astray.
All right, that's Proverbs chapter number 5. Jace, you said you had a verse ready to roll. Where are you going?
8.
Verse number 8. You guys thinking about where you're gonna go?
I know where
I'm
I'm
looking
going.
for a couple, yeah.
Yep. All right, Jace, you're up.
Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh unto the door of her house. I feel like we should just really pay attention to how many times Solomon's telling us not to even go anywhere near sin. Like there's a verse in every chapter that we've gone through about not even coming close to where sin is. So just kind of taking heed of that.
So, Jace picked this one, and it says her twice. Remove thy way from her, and come not nigh to the door of her house. So, the picture of a woman is used here throughout this chapter. But then as we get later on, it also talks about a woman. Is this saying that women are inherently sinful?
No, I don't think so.
No.
You don't think so? I think
Eve did eat the apple.
I think if you go up to verse 3, I'm gonna kind of jump in here. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. What this is talking about, it is representative of sin, but it's using this to describe a woman who's not your wife. It's the strange woman, not necessarily a stranger, but one that you don't know, in that you're not cleaved to her. So this is a woman who's not your wife, and the dangers that they and then figuratively can present. So Jace's verse says, "Remove thy way from her, and come not nigh to the door of her house." He's saying, don't even get there, don't even dabble with it, don't even tempt what could happen. All right, Jace, who's next?
Let's go Cruz.
Cruz has one. Where are you at, Cruz?
Verse 2.
Verse 2.
That thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may be that thy lips may keep knowledge.
All right, why'd you pick this one?
Don't keep spreading false information. I feel is that what that means?
I think you could say that thou mayest. This one needs to go with 1. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard. What's it mean to regard something?
To keep in your mind.
Your mind, your thoughts. If you hold someone in high regard, you think highly of them. You regard discretion, which is a form of wisdom, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. It's saying what you have to say is full of knowledge. You get that by listening to other people and taking it in. And if you are filling yourself with good information, if you're filling yourself with wisdom, if you're filling yourself with guidance,
Then you say good information.
then you're
that's-
prepared with good information. There you go.
That is very good.
Good. You're saying sometimes you've heard the expression garbage in, garbage out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's used? Bryce, you're probably at an interesting spot in your life, how many of you boys, Jace, are you allowed to use ChatGPT or AI for anything related to your schooling?
I don't yet, no.
No? Have you guys plugged stuff into ChatGPT?
I am able to, and I know
I
I can
had
get away with it,
a
but I
few
do not. I
times.
used
Maybe
to
not
do
for
things.
class.
If
but
Miss Lindley's watching this, me and AJ are in big trouble.
Miss Lindley, I'm sorry.
So, but what's interesting
I
about
like making it make pictures.
I've done it where
Yeah.
I've made pictures. I've made like the chicken for track.
Essays,
I made Officer Patton.
There you go.
I
chemistry
make
work.
goofy stories.
When you're plugging stuff into an AI prompt though, if you just say like I did the chicken for the track meet, a chicken running track, well you get like weird things.
You can get
So then,
some,
but then as
You'll
you
get like a
start to
hippo.
you start to detail your prompt a little bit more,
then it starts to look good.
and then it starts to get there, right? So what is the AI is nothing more than
a bunch of algorithms.
it's a bunch of algorithms that pull information. So if they're pulling from bad information, what it gives you is
bad information.
bad information, much like yourself. If you're filling yourself with garbage, your prompt, what you produce, will be garbage, right? All right, Cruz, who's next?
I just have an urge to pick Kenny for some reason.
Kenny it is. All right, where are we going, Kenny?
I'm thinking 15. I'm a little
15.
uncertain on what it means. But
Oh, this is a good one.
I kind of get it.
So it makes 15 is a transitional verse in this chapter. Go ahead.
Drink waters out of thy own cistern and running waters out of thy own well.
Okay.
I'm thinking, like, if you have like a good craft, I'm thinking you stick to that. But I'm looking at the top, and it also says to give to strangers, but not take from them. Is what I'm kind of grasping.
A little
it's
bit.
saying, give your best to people you don't know. Like, strive to make their life better, and don't take from them for your own benefit. Use what you have.
I think if we go back up top, I think you can see there. So we're just going to pick. Did anybody want to go to 16, 17, or 18?
No.
All right. Well, these all tie together. Most of the Proverbs are one or two verses at a time, but so drink waters out of thine own cistern and running waters out of thine own well. What is a cistern? Do you know what a cistern is, Bryce?
We have a cistern.
What is it?
A cistern. Do you know what a cistern is?
Like a cavity that would usually like collect water.
Yeah, a water reservoir.
Yeah.
They're both talking about water. And then it says, let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed. And then it says, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. What this is saying here is, it's okay to love your wife and enjoy your wife. And this is all an analogy about intercourse.
Oh.
Is that what you were ready for?
No, I'm sorry, podcast.
It's okay. That's part of what it's saying here is we talked the first half of this is talking about a strange woman, and some people would take that to be like avoid women in general. That's not what the Bible encourages you at all. It's good when it's your wife. And that's what it says. Let thy fountain be blessed and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. You should be happy in your marriage. And that's what it's discussing there. Don't let your fountains be dispersed everywhere. No, that's stick to your sister and your well. Don't be stealing others, is what it's saying. Follow? You weren't ready for that one, were you?
No.
Didn't think so. All right. Who's next, Kenny?
Let's go, Bryson.
Bryston, where are we going?
23.
Verse 23.
He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray.
He shall die without instruction, and the greatness of his folly.
Oh,
Who is the he in this situation?
He.
Hmm?
He.
What is the verse above? I feel like that will give context.
I think it's
to
just
the
like
he.
a
It's
man
just-
I
in
think
general.
it's the man who would be with a strange woman,
Okay.
The guy
or
who
the man who's doing sinful nature.
is not living wise. So why did you pick this one, Bryce?
It's just like a warning and but also like to not do that sin. So to keep you away from doing sin. It's kind of the way I read it is.
Someone who dies without instruction. What's that? What do you think that means?
They die and didn't know better.
They're ignorant.
Oh.
This is the type of person who won't listen. You die without, and then in the greatness of his folly. Greatness of his folly is kind of a weird turn there, right?
What's a folly?
What is a folly?
Yeah.
What does it mean? What is folly?
That's why I asked that question.
Does anybody know what folly is?
I don't know the exact.
We could Google.
It's kind of ridiculousness. It's something that is folly is something of no consequence. It's entertainment in some degree, but it's something that doesn't actually achieve anything. I'm trying to think what the historical reference is. Someone's folly, and it's. Some folks mentioned the spruce goose.
Yeah,
that was like a folly of Howard Hughes, that he was just chasing after that, and it was actually after the war when he finished the plane, and they had no need for it by that point, but
Yeah.
he just wanted to see it completed. So sometimes they've called that his folly. It's the greatness. So if you're great in things that are useless, I think that's what it's talking about there. Bryce, are we going to go with AJ next?
Sure.
Where are we going, AJ?
3.
Verse 3.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as in honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Okay. Why'd you pick this?
People can be deceptive with their words and make things seem true that aren't.
Something that's
And it kind of ties into 4 too. And then it ended up being bitter and stuff, and not a good thing, and it turns destructive.
it may look good, but in reality, it's wormwood. Wormwood. So I looked this one up because I wasn't. Do you guys know what wormwood is?
It's like infested wood, right?
No.
Is it like something nasty?
Have you guys ever taken a pill from the doctor, or even
Yes.
an Advil or something, but inadvertently chewed it?
Yeah.
Is there? You know how it's
like-
disgusting.
It's like
bitter
a
and
filmy. Yeah, it's
yeah,
not
it's
good.
bitter. It's gross.
Green beans
That's
are worse.
that's why they wrap Advil in like a candy layer. It seems like. Yeah, if you inadvertently chew a pill, it's disgusting. It happened to Kevin this morning. He chewed up a pill and he's doing the lip thing. Wormwood is a medical thing. It's almost like a shrub, but they would turn it into medicine. It was a bitter, nasty medicine that they used as like an antiseptic. So it's saying that the lips of the strange woman drop as a honeycomb. You guys ever had a honeycomb?
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
I think I have.
I bought honey with a honeycomb in it, and it's like a little wax comb, and you can break it off, put it in your mouth, suck the honey out of it.
It does turn bitter after though.
Well, you end up spitting the wax out, but it's almost like
You do?
I do.
Oh.
There's Cruz's problem. You suck honey's good, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost like a chew that you can. Kenny, it's almost like putting in a honey dip. You just
Okay.
kind of suck on it, and the wax is good. It's delicious. And then her mouth is smoother than oil. It's like putting lotion on your hands, right? Those are oil-based products. But in the end, it's as bitter as wormwood and sharp like a two-edged sword. You dabble with the unfamiliar woman, and it looks good. It may initially feel good, but in the end, it's going to taste like bitter medicine. You don't touch it, is what it's saying there. All right, so the one I want to pick, let me get down to it. So I'm going to pick verse 9, and I'll tag it with verse 10. Through this chapter, verse 9 says, "Lest thou givest thy honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel, lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger." You know who I thought of throughout this chapter? There's a parable in the New Testament. Any guesses who I might be thinking of here?
I forget. I know the story, but I forget what it's called.
Jace, you got any ideas? This is someone who saw the honeycomb of the strange woman, and that smooth oil is like, that's what I want. And then
Samson?
ultimately found himself, we're going New Testament,
Oh.
lest thy give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel, lest thy strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. This is a guy who grew up with some money, asked for his inheritance, and went and partied in the world,
Prodigal son.
and eventually found himself slopping hogs and just wishing, I might eat this hog slop because of how he's given up his worth. I think of the prodigal son. You're right, Jace.
I thought you were going to do like one with I forgot. Wasn't there one with where they took wheat or something like that, and they had to like go? They gave it to the servants. And
Oh, that's the parable of the unjust steward. No, I'm thinking of the prodigal son. He what it's saying here, lest thy give thine honor unto others, and thy years under the cruel, lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. You can find yourself in a situation where you're working hard and spending all of your time for the benefit of others because of the situations that you've gotten yourself into. You can end up in jail. I mean, then literally you're working for the benefit of others, right? You're not getting anything out of that. But if you find yourself where you're chasing after the world, you follow after that strange woman, you will put yourself in a situation where you're beholden unto them, and you're working and doing that not to your benefit, but to hers. Does that mean that you only can be an entrepreneur? No. Where you end up working, they should make some money off of you. But if you're in a spot where you're giving your years to the cruel and you have no choice out of it, it's often a result of poor choices and mistakes that you made. So that's Proverbs chapter number 5. What do you think? We got through that one pretty efficiently.
It's
All
not
right.
as much about wisdom in this chapter.
Well, it's very much about wisdom.
Yeah.
It's having the wisdom to not touch what you shouldn't. It's being able to discern between what looks good or might feel good and what the Lord says is yours. Just because you can touch something doesn't mean that you should. How many of you, you go to a museum, right?
I love museums.
Cactus.
Yeah, but a lot of the museums have to put signs on it that say, please don't do this, right?
This guy
Yes.
was
Because-
touching all the displays.
And sometimes you get people that be like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's what it means. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. All right, we'll do one last little tidbit. It's Easter Sunday. Let's go around the table. Tell me
Turkey.
a favorite Easter memory that you have. I'm going to pick one, and mine comes from last year. My niece Ellie, and all of them, but Ellie was the main one, went to the Batavia Easter egg hunt, and there were so many people there that she didn't get a single egg. I found out about it, got some eggs, plastic eggs, put money in them, hid them throughout the yard, and then bought some toys. Let her go out and find the eggs with coins and dollars in them, and she was happy until she came back and saw me playing with toys. And said, "Are those mine?" "No, these are mine." "Well, I want them." "Well, I'll sell them to you." So I had her go out, find money.
You made her give your...
I made her buy her Easter toys from me with the money that she found in the eggs, and I thought that was a pretty good move. Anybody else got a fun Easter story?
Yep.
What do you got?
Me and Kenny were in Pike Lake, and we found the golden egg.
Pike Lake Golden Egg. That's a good one.
We got into a brawl over it, and
Who won?
it was neutral. They gave the egg to Jack.
Oh, that stinks for you guys. Kenny, you got a good Easter memory?
It's around Easter time, but it's not really Easter. All I remember from one of the Pike Lakes was I lost my knife, and Uncle Indy got into like a yelling match with a construction worker over like a $5 knife.
Oh, did you get it back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it back.
I remember he dropped his knife. Construction guy was going to pocket the knife. Uncle Indy laid it on deep and got the knife back. Cruz, you got an Easter memory?
It's similar to Kenny, where it's kind of around Easter. I got stuck in a tree one time.
Oh, stuck in a tree looking for an egg?
No, I think I was just climbing the tree.
Okay.
Like, training to find eggs in trees.
Gotcha.
That's-
Jace, Easter memory.
Say, I remember when I finished off the basket of Peeps and got really sick. And
Oh, you finished off a whole basket of Peeps? That would make you
That
sick.
is totally something you would do.
All right, Bryce, you got an Easter memory.
No, I don't have any big things like
What?
that.
Not one single Easter memory?
Not that's popping up. No.
Really? All right. As a kid, did you get a different Easter basket every year, or was it like always the same physical basket? Do you remember?
I don't know if I ever really got a lot of Easter baskets as a
Really?
kid. No.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'll have to tell Miss Lydia next Easter the Easter Bunny needs to show up at your house.
Yeah.
I bet Lydia will do it upright. There you go. Right. All right. Anybody
Think
else
so.
have anything to add before we wrap things up?
the donuts were good.
The donuts were very good.
They smelled okay. All right.
Don't eat the wax.
Don't eat the wax. Or
That should be the
honeycomb.
title.
Don't
Don't eat-
swallow the wax.
I 100% swallowed the wax.
All right. Bryce, I think we can wrap things up for the day. Thank you, gentlemen.